We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. Friends, comrades, fellow inhabitants of this precious planet. We gather today not merely to critique, but to dream. To dream of a world fundamentally different from the one we inhabit, a world free from the relentless anxieties, the stark inequalities, and the ecological devastation fueled by the system we call capitalism. For too long, we've been told this is the only way. That the pursuit of profit, the accumulation of private wealth, is the ultimate engine of progress. But look around us. What has this engine truly wrought? It has brought us immense technological marvels, yes, but it has concentrated their benefits in the hands of a few, while leaving billions struggling for basic dignity. It has created cycles of boom and bust that shatter lives and communities. It fosters competition that pits neighbor against neighbor, nation against nation, when our greatest challenges demand unprecedented cooperation. It commodifies everything: our time, our creativity, our relationships, even the air we breathe and the water we drink. It forces us into jobs that often feel meaningless, just to secure the means of survival, trapping us in a gilded cage where our worth is measured by our productivity for someone else's gain. And perhaps most critically, its insatiable hunger for growth at all costs is driving us towards climate catastrophe, threatening the very habitability of our shared home. This is not sustainable. This is not just. This is not the pinnacle of human potential. We are capable of so much more. Why must we move beyond this system? Because it is fundamentally incompatible with a future where everyone thrives. It prioritizes profit over people, accumulation over well-being, and short-term gains over long-term survival. It creates artificial scarcity in a world that, with rational and equitable management, could provide abundance for all. It stifles innovation that doesn't promise immediate returns and prevents solutions to global problems if they threaten established markets. So, what does a different future look like, and how do we get there? This isn't about replacing one rigid dogma with another. It's about building a system rooted in cooperation, equity, sustainability, and genuine human freedom. And the tools for this transformation are, ironically, emerging from the very system we seek to transcend. 1. Harnessing technology for liberation, robotics and AI. Think of robotics and artificial intelligence. Under capitalism, these tools are often feared threats to jobs, instruments of surveillance, means to further enrich the owners of capital. But imagine if these technologies were developed and deployed not for private profit, but for the common good. Imagine automated systems taking over dangerous, repetitive, and undesirable labor not to displace workers into poverty, but to liberate all of us from drudgery. Imagine AI optimizing resource distribution, managing complex ecological systems, accelerating scientific discovery for public benefit, and helping us design sustainable cities and agriculture. If the fruits of this automation, the increased productivity, the freed up time, were shared by everyone, it would mean shorter working weeks, or perhaps even a move beyond the necessity of wage labor for survival altogether. It would mean more time for creativity, for community engagement, for personal growth, for simply living. Technology, owned and guided collectively, becomes a tool for emancipation, not exploitation. 2. Guaranteeing dignity, beyond the living wage to universal basic needs. The concept of a living wage is a crucial battleground within capitalism, a demand for basic decency. But in a post-capitalist vision, we must go further. We need to decommodify survival itself. Imagine a society where housing, healthcare, education, nutritious food, clean water, and access to information are guaranteed human rights, provided universally, regardless of one's job. This could take the form of robust public services, universal basic income, UBI, sufficient for a dignified life, or other mechanisms ensuring that no one is left behind. This isn't about handouts, it's about establishing a secure foundation upon which all individuals can build meaningful lives and contribute to society in diverse ways, not just through traditional employment. It decouples survival from the whims of the market. 3. Reclaiming the commons, shared resources. Capitalism thrives on enclosure, privatizing what was once shared. Land, water, knowledge, energy sources, even our digital lives. A transition requires reclaiming and expanding the commons. This means democratic, collective ownership and stewardship of essential resources. Imagine community land trusts ensuring affordable housing in perpetuity. Imagine publicly owned renewable energy grids powering our societies sustainably. Imagine open source knowledge and technology, free from patents that stifle innovation for the public good. Imagine digital platforms owned and governed by their users, not corporations mining our data for profit. Sharing resources means managing them rationally and sustainably for the benefit of all, present and future generations, rather than exploiting them for short-term private gain. The path forward. This transformation won't happen overnight, nor will it be easy. It requires a profound shift in consciousness, recognizing that cooperation is more powerful than competition, that collective well-being is inseparable from individual well-being. It requires education and awareness, understanding how the current system truly functions and envisioning viable alternatives. It requires building solidarity, across workplaces, communities, and borders, strengthening unions, supporting cooperatives, building social movements. It requires political action, demanding policies that move us in this direction, strengthening social safety nets, regulating and taxing corporations, investing in public infrastructure and services, experimenting with Uber pilots, supporting worker ownership. It requires creating alternatives now, building cooperative businesses, community gardens, time banks, open source projects demonstrating that different ways of organizing our economic lives are possible and effective. It demands we place democratic control over technology, ensuring that AI and automation serve humanity, not just capital. Ending capitalism isn't about destroying progress, it's about redirecting it. It's about unleashing human potential currently stifled by the need to generate profit. It's about building a world where technology serves humanity, where everyone's basic needs are met, where resources are shared equitably and managed sustainably, and where we are free to pursue lives of purpose, creativity, and connection. This is the audacious, necessary task before us. It is not a utopian fantasy, but a pragmatic necessity for our collective survival and flourishing. Let us cast off the limitations imposed by an outdated system. Let us embrace the tools we have. Let us organize, agitate, and build. Let us, together, forge a future worthy of humanity's potential, a future of shared abundance, genuine freedom, and lasting peace on a healthy planet. Thank you.